A man walked up to Muhammad Ali and said, "They paid me to hurt you." This wasn't a threat. It wasn't a confession. It was information. The man wasn't shouting. He wasn't showing a weapon. He wasn't trying to cause chaos. Calm, direct, speaking like a man doing his job. Ali had three options. He could walk away, he could call security, or he could solve this the way everyone expected, with his fists. Ali chose none of them. Because Ali's real power wasn't in his hands. In that moment, it was in his mind. And the single sentence he said next became the most expensive lesson that man ever learned. The hallway was empty. That's the first thing you need to understand. This didn't happen in front of cameras. Didn't happen surrounded by reporters, or fans, or bodyguards earning their keep. This happened in the kind of space where sound gets swallowed, cinder block walls, fluorescent lights humming overhead, that institutional smell of floor wax and old paint. Ali had just finished a press conference, one of those obligatory performances where he said what people wanted to hear, made them laugh, made them angry, made them care. The room behind him was still full of voices, chairs scraping, equipment being packed up. But out here, in this concrete artery connecting one room to another, there was nothing. Just Ali. And the man? The man had been waiting, not lurking, not hiding, just standing there with his hands in the pockets of a gray wool coat that looked expensive but worn. Mid-40s, maybe. White guy. Average height. The kind of face you'd forget 5 minutes after passing it on the street. Receding hairline. Clean shaven. Eyes that didn't blink much. He stepped into Ali's path like he had every right to be there. Ali stopped walking, didn't tense, didn't step back, just stopped. His body went still in that particular way. Fighters learn the stillness that comes before decision. His eyes locked onto the man's face, and for 2 seconds, maybe 3, neither of them moved. Then the man spoke. "They paid me to hurt you." Ali's expression didn't change. No shock, no fear, no anger flashing across his features. He just stood there, 6'3" of controlled energy in a dark suit, hands loose at his sides, breathing steady, waiting. The man continued, "Not kill you, just hurt you enough that you remember it." His voice was flat, Midwestern accent, maybe Ohio or Illinois. The kind of voice that delivered bad news to people who owed money or broke promises. A working voice, efficient. They said, "Make sure he feels it. Make sure he knows we're serious." Ali tilted his head slightly, a fraction of an inch, like he was adjusting his angle to see something more clearly. "Who's they?" Ali's voice was quiet, conversational. He could have been asking for directions. The man almost smiled. "Almost. You know I can't tell you that." "Then why you telling me anything?" Good question. The kind of question that shifts the ground under a conversation. The man's jaw tightened, just barely, just enough to show Ali had touched something. "Because I wanted you to know it's not personal." Ali's eyebrows lifted. Not surprise. Interest. Not personal. "No. Man gets paid to break my ribs, but it ain't personal." "That's right." Silence. Long enough that the hum of the fluorescent lights became noticeable. Long enough that footsteps echoed from somewhere distant, then faded. Long enough that the man started to wonder if maybe he'd made a mistake coming here, saying this, thinking information would be enough. Ali moved. Not toward the man. Just shifted his weight, rolled his shoulders slightly, like he was loosening up after sitting too long. His eyes never left the man's face. "You know what I think?" Ali said. The man waited. "I think you came here to tell me this because somewhere inside you don't want to do it." The man's face hardened. "You're wrong." "Am I?" "I've done worse, for less money." "Maybe." Ali nodded slowly. "But you never warned nobody first." Direct hit. You could see it. The man's nostrils flared slightly. His hands shifted in his pockets. He wanted to respond, wanted to deny it, but the truth had been spoken aloud, and now it was just sitting there between them like something solid. "I'm giving you a chance to walk away," the man said. His voice had an edge now. Defensive. "You leave town tonight. You don't come back for 6 months. I tell them I delivered the message, and you got smart. Everybody wins. Everybody except the people who paid you. They'll get over it." "Will they?" The man said nothing. Ali took one step closer. Not aggressive, just closer. Close enough that the space between them felt different, more intimate, more dangerous. "Let me ask you something," Ali said. His voice had dropped lower, quiet enough that the man had to focus to hear every word. "You know why they sent you and not somebody else?" The man's eyes narrowed. "They sent you because you're professional. You're calm. You don't make mistakes. You do the job and you disappear. That's your reputation, right?" The man didn't confirm or deny, but he didn't need to. "So if you walk away from this," Ali continued, "if you take their money and don't deliver, what happens to that reputation?" Now the man's jaw was locked tight. His breathing had changed. Shallow, controlled. "And if you don't walk away," Ali said, "if you actually try to hurt me, what happens then?" The man's hand moved slightly in his pocket, not pulling anything, just touching something, checking it was there. Ali saw it. "You got a weapon?" "Yes." "Gun?" "Doesn't matter." "It matters to me." The man pulled his hand out. Empty, but the shape of something remained visible in his coat pocket. "I don't need it." "Then why bring it?" "Insurance." Ali smiled. Small. Sad. Almost. "Insurance against what? You think I'm gonna hurt you?" "I think you're Muhammad Ali." "That scare you?" "No." "Liar." The word hung in the air like a slap. The man's face flushed. His hands came out of his pockets completely now, fingers flexing. He wanted to respond with violence. You could see it. The impulse moving through him like electricity. But he held it. Barely. "You don't know me," the man said quietly. "I know you," Ali replied. "I know you better than you think." "Bullshit. You got paid up front? Or they gonna pay you after?" The man hesitated. Fatal hesitation. The kind that confirms everything. "After," Ali said, answering his own question. "They gonna pay you after you prove you did the job, which means you gotta show them something. A photograph, maybe. Evidence. Something that proves Muhammad Ali got hurt, and everybody knows it." The man's face had gone still, mask-like. "But here's the problem," Ali continued. "You hurt me. It's gonna be news. Gonna be police. Gonna be investigations. And investigations mean questions. Questions mean somebody might mention seeing a guy in a gray coat waiting in a hallway, might mention a face, might remember details." Ali paused. "You thought about that?" The man swallowed. You could see his throat work. "You thought about what happens when the police come asking questions and the people who paid you decide you're a loose end?" Silence. "Because they will," Ali said softly. "Soon as this becomes complicated, soon as your face gets connected to my name, you stop being useful and start being a problem. And people like that, they don't keep problems around." The man's breathing was audible now. His eyes had changed. Still focused on Ali, but different, like he was seeing something he hadn't seen before. Or maybe seeing something he'd been trying not to see. "You're trying to get in my head," the man said. "I'm already in your head," Ali replied. "I've been in your head since you opened your mouth." The man took a step back. Not retreat, just space. Needing space. Ali didn't follow. Just stood there, hands still loose, body still relaxed. Like they were having a conversation about the weather. "Let me tell you what's going to happen," Ali said. "You're going to walk out of here, you're going to get in your car, you're going to drive somewhere quiet. and you're going to sit there and think about everything I just said. And while you're thinking, you're going to realize something. What's that? That the people who paid you, they don't care about you. They care about sending a message. And the message don't require you specifically. They got other people, other options. You're just the one who said yes first. The man's face had gone pale. But I'm different, Ali said. I remember faces. I remember voices. And if something happens to me tonight, tomorrow, next week, the first thing I'm going to do is describe you. Perfect. Every detail. And I'm Muhammad Ali. When I talk, people listen. He let that sit. So you got a choice. Real choice. Not the fake choice you came here trying to give me. The man waited. You can walk away. Keep the money if they already gave it to you, and hope they forget about this whole thing. Or you can try to finish the job and spend the rest of your life wondering when it's going to come back on you. That's not. Or, Ali interrupted, voice dropping even lower, there's a third option. The man's eyes locked onto Ali's. You tell me who sent you. The hallway seemed to contract. The air got thicker. I can't do that, the man said. But his voice had changed, less certain, like he was trying to convince himself. You can, Ali said. You just scared. Damn right I'm scared. You don't know these people. Then help me know them. The man shook his head. You don't understand. If I tell you, I'm dead. If you don't tell me, Ali said, you might be dead anyway. At least this way, you got somebody who knows the truth. Somebody who can make sure the right people hear about it if something happens to you. The logic was brutal, simple, undeniable. The man looked away. First time he'd broken eye contact since this started. He looked down the hallway, toward the exit, toward the world outside, where choices were simpler and consequences were clearer. When he looked back at Ali, something had broken inside him. You could see it in his eyes. The decision was made before he even spoke. There's a guy, he said quietly, runs things out of a club on Cicero Avenue. Big money. Connected. Ali nodded slowly. Name? The man told him. Quiet. Like saying it louder would make it more real. Ali didn't react. Just absorbed the information. Filed it away. Why he want to hurt me? Ali asked. You embarrassed someone he cares about. Some fight promotion that fell through. Made him look weak. So, he sends you. Yeah. He know you're here talking to me? No. What you gonna tell him? The man laughed. Short. Bitter. Hell if I know. Ali studied him for a long moment. Then he reached into his jacket pocket. The man tensed, hand moving toward his own pocket. But Ali just pulled out a folded piece of paper and a pen. He wrote something. Handed it to the man. What's this? Phone number, Ali said. You get in trouble, you call that. Ask for Bundini. Tell him, Ali said, you're okay. The man stared at the paper like it might explode. Why would you? Because you made a choice, Ali said. You could have hurt me. Could have tried. But you didn't. You came here and you talked instead. That means something. The man's hand was shaking slightly as he took the paper. He folded it, put it in his pocket, next to whatever weapon he'd brought. This don't mean we're friends, the man said. No, Ali agreed. But it means you ain't my enemy. The man nodded, slow, like he was processing something too big to fully understand in the moment. I gotta go, he said. Yeah. The man turned, walked 3 steps, stopped, turned back. Ali. Yeah? What you said, about them not caring about me being replaceable. Ali waited. You were right. Ali didn't respond. Didn't need to. The man walked away. His footsteps echoed down the hallway, growing fainter, until a door opened and closed, and then there was silence again. Ali stood there alone. His hands were steady. His breathing was normal, like nothing had happened. like he'd just had a conversation about dinner plans or the weather. But inside, his mind was working, processing, planning. The name he'd been given, the location, the reason, all of it filing away into the vast network of information and connections and leverage that Ali carried with him everywhere. A door opened behind him. Bundini Brown stuck his head out. "Champ, you coming?" "Yeah," Ali said. "Just thinking." "About what?" "About how many people out there want to hurt me, and how few of them actually can." Bundini frowned. "You okay?" "I'm perfect," Ali said, and he smiled. That $1,000,000 smile, the one that made people forget he was also the most dangerous man in any room. They walked back toward the noise and light and cameras together. The man in the gray coat was never seen again. Not by Ali, not by the people who'd paid him. 3 months later, someone mentioned to Ali that a certain club on Cicero Avenue had burned down. "Electrical fire," they said. Nobody heard. Just property damage. Just a message. Ali didn't ask questions. Didn't need to. Because the thing about power is that it's not always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet conversation in an empty hallway. Sometimes it's knowing exactly what to say to turn an enemy into something else. Not a friend, but not an enemy either. And in Ali's world, that was often enough.